Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, I hope you guys are keeping well. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. Guys, make sure to smash that like button. I really appreciate it. On every video, I'll put up a Haney Cambosis video. Go ahead and smash the like button on that video. I'd really appreciate it for you guys to smash the like button. It really means a lot if you smash the like button. It really helps the algorithm, really helps the channel. Let's keep smashing the like button. Let's keep growing the channel, guys. I need your support to continue growing it. Share my videos, get my videos out there. I really appreciate every single one of you. I have seen some growth. Like, the growth is steady and slow, but it's still growth. I feel like my videos have grown from back in the day where I used to get like 100, 200 views on videos. Now it's grown where, all of my videos are getting like 500, 600 views. It doesn't, it's steady growth. It takes its time, but it's steady growth, and hopefully my channel keeps growing. Hopefully you guys can push it out there and, push my channel out there, and hopefully it keeps growing. I thank you all for the love and the support, because without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Guys, I want to talk about the trilogy between Golovkin and Canelo. Guys, we all know we've seen these two fight before twice, and we all saw how the fight went. We all saw how the fight played out, and they were nip and tuck fights. A lot of people thought Golovkin won the first fight. Some people thought Golovkin won both fights. I know Teddy Atlas thinks that Golovkin beat Canelo twice. Many others felt Golovkin won both fights. But they were nip and tuck fights. But what does Golovkin have to do to win this trilogy? What does he have to do to finally get a win over Canelo, which he feels hard done by? In both those fights, he feels he was robbed. He feels he was treated unfairly. He feels that, he was hard done by, basically. He feels, just a little bit it just came to my head. What was that all about between, I don't really watch the showbiz and stuff like that, but what was that all between that Chris Rock and Will Smith? That was crazy stuff. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I know he said something about his wife, and his wife has some kind of illness, and, a lot of people have made their feelings thought. They felt that guy was over, he was probably crossed the line. But that was really weird. That's like literally everyone's talking about that. Yeah, I just thought I'd touch on that a little bit. But yeah, I'd love it if you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section about that and what you thought about it. I don't really, like I said, I'm not really a showbiz type of person, so I don't really get into or watch these Grammys and all this stuff. I don't like, Oscars and whatever, all this stuff. Like, not really too interested in that. But, that's got everyone talking. Everyone seems to be talking about that. So, yeah, I'd love to know what you guys thought about it, and, whether you watched it, whether you watched the Oscars or whatever, wherever it is. I don't really have much interest in it. But, yeah, going back to what I was talking about, Golovkin, in my opinion, in this fight, I believe Gennady Golovkin is going to throw all at Canelo. I believe he's going to be willing to get knocked out to knock Canelo out. I believe Gennady Golovkin will have to knock Canelo out. I think he'll have to go in there and absolutely give it his best, give it his all, and be willing to just leave it all out in the ring and absolutely looking to iron Canelo out. Golovkin has serious power, but, we saw that the power against Canelo, although he hit him with the shots, Canelo took all of his power. But what I think Golovkin's going to have to do, I think Golovkin's going to have to say, you know what, I'm willing to get knocked out here, but I'm going to look to iron this guy out. I'm going to look to hit this guy with some massive shots. And look, if he takes me out, he takes me out. But I think Golovkin's got to go in in the fight with that kind of gung-ho type of mindset. It's a lot easier said than done. It's a lot easier said because Canelo hits hard, and to just leave your defenses open and go in and look to wipe him out, that's a very hard thing to do. And of course, when Canelo punches you, it hurts as well. So Golovkin's not just gonna, like to be hit constantly by Canelo, especially at that age. Golovkin doesn't want to be taking too much punishment. But I believe Golovkin will have to throw caution to the wind. I think if it's close, there's no way he's getting a decision in this fight. There's no way Golovkin is going to get a decision over Canelo. So Golovkin will have to knock Canelo out. Gennady Golovkin will have to go in there looking to knock Saul Canelo Alvarez out. And look, it's boxing. Anything can happen. Golovkin can knock Canelo out. You know, he has got serious power, and it only takes one punch. Look, Pacquiao got ironed out by Marquez. You know, and Golovkin, I believe he's going to be throwing caution to the wind in this fight because Golovkin's got nothing to lose. A lot of people would be picking Canelo as a huge favorite. I think Golovkin's going to go out all good. Let's see how Golovkin looks against Murata. But I see something vicious against Murata. I think Golovkin's going to be looking dangerous against Murata. And then against Canelo, I think Golovkin's not going to look to box. I think he's going to look to make it a brawl. I do. I think Golovkin's going to go in there, looking to iron him out. I do believe that Golovkin's going to be looking to go out gung-ho. I think it's going to be, I think Golovkin's going to have the mindset, me or you. It's me or you out there. That's it. I'm either going to get wiped out or I'm going to wipe you out. I think that's the mindset Gennady Golovkin's going to have. I do. I think Golovkin's not going to be taking no prisoners. I don't. I think Golovkin's going to go in there and be looking to swing bombs with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo might be a lot more smarter. He might not just, he might not go and throw bombs with a thing. But Canelo's, we know you can draw Canelo in because Canelo's the type of guy, if you hit him, he will like to come back. So if Golovkin can, for me, I think Golovkin has to get Canelo involved in a war. I believe that's Golovkin's best chance where they're trading punches. Because let's be honest, one thing we've noticed about this is that both guys, like, unless Golovkin has declined massively, one thing I've noticed is that I think what we've seen from both guys is that neither guy is going to outclass the other guy. They're both very good. They're both very good boxers. Canelo's probably the more, the more polished out of the two, the better boxer. But I believe Golovkin's skill set is unbelievable. And I think it's always going to be a close fight if these two are relatively close to their primes. But I believe Golovkin will have to throw caution to the wind in this one. I think Golovkin's going to have to put the foot down on the gas and just say, you know what, enough's enough. I've not got the decisions in my previous fights against Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to have to go out there and I'm going to be willing to get chinned in the fight in order to chin him. And I think that's the mindset Golovkin needs to have. Look, I think Golovkin can win this fight. I do think Golovkin can win this fight. I think, don't overlook Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin is Golovkin at the end of the day. It's a dangerous fight. Whenever you get in the ring with Gennady Golovkin, you're getting in the ring with Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin has huge punching power. And if he catches you with a shot that hurts you, wobbles you, Golovkin is very dangerous. So this, for me, is going to be a very, very good fight. I do believe that I think Golovkin may end up getting stopped in this fight, even though Golovkin's got one of the best chins in boxing history. But the problem is, I think because of his age, his vulnerability, and the fact that I think the mindset that Golovkin's going to have in this fight is going to be all or nothing. I believe Golovkin's going to go in and look to wipe Canelo out in this fight. He's just going to go in there and look to make it a war. That's what Golovkin's going to do, I believe, because I think Golovkin has realized I'm not going to beat this guy on points. Doesn't matter what I do, I'm not going to beat him on points. So I need to go in there and look to take his head off and wipe him out. I think that's what Gennady Golovkin's going to do. Gennady Golovkin is going to go in there looking to knock Canelo Alvarez out. Full stop. That's what he's going to go in there and do. And Canelo Alvarez is obviously going to be there. Canelo's Canelo. He's a very polished boxer. He's versatile. So Canelo's defense is going to be on point. But the thing is, when you're a pressure fighter, see, Golovkin's kind of style can penetrate Canelo's good defense because Golovkin can push Canelo back. And when Canelo's fighting on the ropes, Golovkin can be hitting arms. He can be hitting body, head. Golovkin for me, has, if he's able to push Canelo back and make Canelo fight on the... See, a lot of these guys that Canelo's fighting, he's not afraid of their power. When it comes to Golovkin, I won't say fear in Canelo's eyes, but I saw, for the first time, I saw Canelo look like, whoa, this guy can punch. Like, you could tell on Canelo's face that Canelo was, he was quietly concerned about Golovkin's power. He knew that this guy's a serious banger. And I don't think Canelo's been in the ring with a banger like Gennady Golovkin. Because I know people say Kovalev was a big puncher, but Kovalev really didn't throw anything. Kovalev wasn't really throwing the right hand. Whereas Golovkin, let's be honest, he landed big shots on Canelo. Canelo landed big shots on Golovkin, but I think the other thing that Canelo, especially in the first fight, that really startled Canelo is the fact that when Canelo hit him, I remember, there's a meme where Canelo throws a huge right hand and it hits Golovkin on the chin and Golovkin just marches forward. I think that's what also worried Canelo, that I'm hitting this guy with everything and this guy just keeps marching forward. See, that also is very demoralizing, and that can be very tiring as well, because Canelo in the first fight couldn't keep Golovkin off. Golovkin just kept pushing him back and back and back. In the second fight, Canelo was marching forward. But the way Golovkin stalked Canelo in the first fight, Canelo didn't do that in the second fight. Canelo was still, although he was, for me, coming forward, he was a lot more smarter about it. It wasn't like Golovkin. Golovkin was just like literally on top of Canelo. That was like, Canelo was literally on the ropes a lot in that fight. Golovkin had him pushed back. And really, he was putting a lot of pressure on Canelo. So you have to give Canelo a lot of credit, because Canelo's one tough guy, and even his gas tank managed to stay there. That takes a lot of mental strength. When you've got a guy like Gennady Golovkin on you like that, wow. Canelo showed a lot of resilience, a lot of toughness, a lot of fitness in that fight, because like I said, Golovkin was on top of Alvarez in that fight. He was just on top of him. So for me, in this fight, Golovkin's got to do the same. Golovkin's got to drag Canelo into a dark place, into a war, if he has the ability or capability of doing it. But Golovkin needs a knockout in this fight. That's the only way. He needs to knock Canelo Alvarez out. And as bizarre that sounds, because Canelo has got a really good defense, but again, that defense can be penetrated by Gennady Golovkin if Golovkin can push him back. See, Golovkin penetrated his defense. He landed many shots on Canelo. See, if Golovkin is boxing with Canelo in the center ring, you might as well forget about it. Might as well go home. Abel Sanchez is spot on. That if Golovkin decides to box with Canelo Alvarez, he's going to get beat up. Golovkin cannot box with Canelo Alvarez. He can't. He'll get beat up. If he boxes from the center of the ring, he gets battered. But if Golovkin pushes Canelo back, makes it a war, then Golovkin's got a chance to win this fight, without question. Golovkin needs to, in my opinion, knock Canelo out. He needs to bully and knock Canelo out. That's the only way Golovkin's going to win this fight. Otherwise, he can't win. He needs to push Canelo back. He needs to make it a war. He needs to be willing to take shots, to let off shots of his own. Golovkin needs a knockout to win this fight against Canelo Alvarez. Otherwise, he's not going to win. Simple. He needs to knock Canelo Alvarez out. Guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you think Golovkin needs to knock Canelo out to win this fight? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to know your opinions. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.